In the kitchen room, I'm going to do a noodle dish with lots of vegetables. Okay, that's the best way of describing it. There are 16 ingredients in this particular dish, which in Thai is called Yong Won Sen. So we're going to get the noodles right now. They come from the mung bean. Mung beans should be quite familiar to you guys out there. Another thing that comes from the mung bean is of course the bean sprout, which I'm sure you're all familiar with from those dreadful takeaways that you get back in Europe. Okay, you can do two things with the mung bean. You can sprout them, in which case they become bean sprouts. And the other thing you can do with the mung bean is grind it into a powder, and eventually it will materialize as a glass noodle. Half fill it with water, and then in go the noodles, and we let them soak away. That's it. In go the noodles. Leave them soak away there. And we'll move them out of the way. Next thing we're going to do is to prepare the dressing. We've got 5 different ingredients which we're going to mix in this bowl. Fish sauce, which I've got here. Right, fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Salt in Thai is glua. Okay, they've got glua here. Glua, 29%. So 29% salt and 66% rotted fish. Okay, Thai people use this fish flavored salt in situations where we would use salt. Okay, enough of that. Let's, I don't even have to shake the bottle. Gorgeous smell of rotten fish. Oh, you get used to it. You begin to appreciate it after a few years being there. Right, 2 tablespoons of this. 1, 2. Half a lime. In goes the lime. So we've got salt, fish flavored salt, the nam pla, and we've got the bitterness of the lime. 2 tablespoons of garlic. Right, there's the garlic here. There you go. Smash, 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 smash. One of them fell off. We have to get another one. Crisis in the kitchen room at the moment. Okay, here's another garlic. That one will do. Bit on the small side. However, we're going to smash this as well with the dreaded cleaver. And then all you have to do is just, the skin or whatever you call it, just drops off. There you go. Using rock and roll and chopping. Knife technique, cutting techniques. Right, that's enough of that. And one of the great things about the cleavers, you can also use it as a shovel to shovel the stuff. The diced garlic into the yum, in other words the dressing or the seasoning. What we now need is 1 chili. Here are the bird's eye chilies, big pack of them, and here is some dried fish which I'll be using later on. Some shiitake mushrooms, I'll be using them later on as well, and some minced beef. I'll be using all these things later on, so I might as well take them out now. I'll have to come back and get the rest of them. Right, I'll also be needing a tomato, some mint, what's this, spring onion and coriander, and celery. As I said, there are 16 ingredients in this noodle dish with lots of vegetables, so young ones then. We'll put all these over here, leave them cool down a bit. I'll get just one chilli is all I need. And what I'm going to do, and take top and tail it, and then I'm going to slice it down like that. Okay, slice it into thin strips. Okay, using that knife. And then I'm going to go back to the cleaver and we'll dice the chili. Well, not quite, well, yeah, dice it. There we go. Including the seeds as well, which is where a lot of the heat from a chili is. Right, give everything a little bit of a stir. Oh, it just reminds me, we now need to get some sugar. Half a tablespoon of sugar. I'm just going to use my hand. I'm going to give everything a stir, and that's the effect bird's eye chilies have on human beings. They tend to make you cough. The taste profile is sweet, sour and salty. Finally, what I'm going to do, take it out of that yellow bowl and in fact put it into the smaller bowl. This is where most of the serious business is going to happen. We'll be mixing everything at a later stage in this gorgeous high density clay mixing bowl from Le Creuset, which is a French company. Right, so that's the mixing bowl and we're going to start mixing a lot of things next. Now, a few other things I want to get over and done with before I start mixing. Right, and I'm going to take about half of this dried fish, bowl of water, okay, bowl of water, and put about half the dried fish into it. Leave it soak there for a while. We're going to have to put some mushrooms in as well, shiitake mushrooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shiitake mushrooms. Okay, and before we do anything, we want to slice them. We don't want the stalk. Right. Throw the stalk away. Gorgeous perfume smell from these shiitakes, which come from China. I think they're imported from China. Okay, and there. Right, there are the shiitake mushrooms. In they go. And there is a Mahone's eye view of this part of the noodle dish with lots of vegetables. The shiitake mushrooms and the dried fish, which is soaking in water. Also, we must not forget half an onion, okay? This is a medium to large onion, so we're going to use half this onion. Whoa! Onions are quite slippery. Chop it in half. And I promise you Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to get emotional about this. Okay, there we go. And that's the onion done. 2 sticks of celery. So chop, 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 chop. Okay. Slice them up quite finely. Right. Celery. Next comes a tomato. Cut the end bit off, I don't want that. And we go again, we dice that as well. That's the tomato, that's the celery. What we've now got is spring onion and coriander. They come in a bunch here in Thailand. Okay, the coriander and spring onion, and again we'll chop them. Now the celery, tomato, spring onion and coriander all into the mixing bowl. Gorgeous fresh smell, and chuck them into the mixing bowl as well. Okay. Put some water into the pot, not too much. Bring it to the boil. Right, the water is boiling. So in go the shiitakes, and we'll simmer them there for about 6 minutes. I've got some minced meat as well, which I'm going to put into a bowl, leave it cool down a bit, and then cook it in a few minutes time. It's 5% fat minced beef. Okay, into the bowl, leave it cool down there for a while. I'm going to get the glass noodles, if you haven't forgotten about them. Okay, I'm going to take them out. They should be soft enough now. They've been in the water there for quite some time. Okay, put them into the sieve. Now a bit of water into the pot. Okay, about a quarter full. Put it on the other hob. Gas, of course, on it goes. Bring that to the boil, and then blanch the noodles for maybe about 30 seconds. And yeah, there are the mushrooms done. Okay, and into the bowl, down, and then we'll put them into the mixing bowl. Likewise, we'll do the same with the noodles, which have now been thoroughly soaked. Once that comes to the boil, in for a few seconds, and then the noodles will go into the mixing bowl. In go the mushrooms. Right, that water is boiling. Oh, it's okay. Toughened glass. Right, that water is boiling. In go the noodles. Okay, that's all, just a few seconds. And in go the glass noodles. I'm putting about half them in, okay, not the whole lot. Get a spoon and a fork and mix everything. Okay, it's beginning to look nice now. And at this stage, what I'm going to do is put some of the sauce, if you remember. Scatter a bit of that over. I'm not going to put it all in at this stage. I'll keep a bit for later on, because there's a few more things that have to go into the mixing bowl. So that's the yum, the dressing, if you wish. And a trick I picked up, I don't know where, I can't remember, but a little trick is put a small bit of oil. This happens to be oil. Little bit of oil, small little bit of oil. A bit more. Whoop. And that enables everything to mix better. They'll all mix with each other much better. So a handy little trick there to use a bit of corn oil. The brand name begins with M. Oh, camera shaking there a bit. Right, now we can see our yum one sen, or if you wish, noodle with lots of vegetables, is beginning to take shape. And again, if you remember earlier on, we put some of the dried fish, soak them in water. Well, what we're going to do now is take them out into a mortar and give them a good pounding. Okay? Right, I'm going to do it on the windowsill. Okay, giving the fish a pounding, because if I do it on the table there, the table might collapse. So we'll give it a good pounding. Okay, and we're making there's the fish there. Okay, some water in the pan. Bring the water to a boil. Yes, it's sizzling, and in goes the beef. We turn the heat off and just give it a swish around a bit. Takes a couple of seconds only. there's the beef cooked. That's how you cook beef in literally about 30 seconds. And now that goes into the mixing bowl. And there goes the 5% mixed beef. Leave it cool down a little bit there. I'm going to top off all those 15 ingredients with a 16th ingredient. You won't believe this, peanuts. Okay, I'm going to top the whole thing off with some peanuts, and that'll be it. In go the peanuts to top it off, and finally I get a plate, put the plate on top of the mixing bowl and turn the thing upside down. A 16 ingredient Yum One Sen on a gorgeous yellow plate.